Hey everybody, it's Karyn Bryant for MMA Heat. I'm talking with Timmy Gorman, who is facing Thomas Almeida at UFC Fight Night.
Yep.
Shogun versus OSP, and Timmy, I kind of have to laugh because this was a little bit of an effort getting this talk together. But thanks for taking the time. So you're ready to go? You're shipping out to Brazil tomorrow.
I'm ready to go.
Very nice. So I'm laughing because literally we were going to do this a while ago for the people at home, and I might put it on the end of the interview because it's actually very funny. We started talking, and you're like, "Oh, my phone died. Oh, this," and you joke that it's because you're a fighter and you get hit in the head a lot that things maybe you don't remember,
Yeah,
but
memory's a little fuzzy sometimes. It's all
yeah,
right though.
I guess so. I guess so. It's cool. So listen, it's a big deal to go down to Brazil. A lot of time for Americans to go down there.
Yeah, I'm way excited about that.
Yeah, it can be hostile territory. So let's talk about it. How do you feel about going there?
I feel great. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Brazil, so this is a perfect opportunity. I've always wanted to fight in the UFC, and I've always wanted to go to Brazil, so I guess I get to kill two birds with one stone,
Very nice. So, how do you feel about the style of matchup? Because he's been around for a little while, but he's making his debut.
right? I feel like it's an awesome matchup as far as they're putting a great kickboxer against a good wrestler. So they're just going to see what happens. But I feel like I have a lot of confidence in my kickboxing skills, and I think I'm going to take them out. I feel like I'm a better fighter.
So, now how long have you actually been in the game? How long have you been a pro fighter?
About 9 years.
9 years. 9 years. So, in the last bit, I know I've looking at your Twitter and stuff. It looks like you've been doing your camp at Alpha Male this time.
Yep.
So, what led to that? How did you guys hook up?
Uh, Pretty much. I always knew Alpha Male had a bunch of really good 25 to 45
Yeah,
pounders,
of
and
course.
I just feel like training with the best in the world has got to give me the win.
Yeah. So, how did you get the introduction? Because originally you're from Iowa, right?
Iowa, yeah.
So how did you make the introduction, get the introduction, or is it something where you just kind of called them up and like, yo, I want to train with you guys?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my friends had always talked to me about how I needed to go to Alpha Male and
Hmm.
stuff, and I'd mentioned it to my manager, and he went ahead and took the step of getting a hold of him for me.
Very nice. So how long were you actually out there for this camp?
About 6 weeks. The plan
Nice.
was to be out there for like 3 months and then
Yeah.
take a fight, but on the drive out there, I was in Colorado. My manager called me up and he was like, "Hey, dude, you got to fight in 6 weeks. You better put your foot on the gas pedal, bro."
Nice.
So
Nice. Very nice.
hopped in my car and started driving. Made the
Awesome. Awesome. So who did you have as like a main sparring partner? Like you said, obviously we know there's a lot of big name guys there, but was there one fighter in particular that you spent the most time with?
Not really, to be honest with you. There's so many great fighters at
Hmm.
Alpha Male. I just tried to get as much experience in as possible and go with as many guys as possible.
Hmm.
So.
See, now I'm not sure though, Timmy. I think you may have failed because when I look at Joseph Benavidez, when I look at Chad Mendes, the tans on those guys pretty much near perfection. And I mean, no disrespect, but you're not looking that tan right now.
Hey, you know what? I've been doing nothing but training. I train, go home, sleep, train, sleep. So maybe next time around I'll be able to get out and about and enjoy the sun a little bit more.
Well, because they're all about the no shirt nation.
I know I need to get with the program.
Yeah, you do. Uriah, all those guys, they got the golden skin. I am curious how much. So obviously you were there then, or well, maybe not. Obviously, let me do the math. TJ obviously had won the title before you got to camp and stuff. But what did you sense going through that gym? Because they talk about when a guy has a title and what it brings to the gym and sort of the energy and that kind of thing. Did you notice like a certain energy that TJ kind of brought to the gym since he was the champ?
I mean, I think in general the fact that he is a world champion, it just kind of boosts morale in
Yeah,
general. Everybody knows that you can be a world champion at that gym,
right.
so it boosts morale.
Very nice. What'd you think of Chad's fight with Jose this past weekend, 2 weeks ago?
I thought it was awesome. I was way hyped up.
Yeah.
The team went to a bar and watched the fight, and I was hopping around. I felt like I was in there fighting too. It's kind of funny. I'm sure I look pretty ridiculous hopping around the bar, but yeah, it was an awesome fight. I thought he was going to knock out Jose Aldo a couple times.
Really? Yeah, I mean, Chad's got that great. Chad's got this like this uppercut that when that lands and he goes body body, and when he sinks that uppercut, I'm like, oh God, that's fierce. It's a great fight.
Yeah, I think he had Aldo on his toes for sure. I think Aldo was rocked a couple times,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see another rematch.
Yeah, right. Well, you could tell. I mean, Jose's face has never looked like that before. I mean, Chad, although in defeat, I feel like he had a lot to be proud of, and to me, again, it kind of sealed the idea that Chad still beats 99.9% of the guys in the division.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, very nice. So, what did you think? Obviously, your division bantamweight is pretty crazy, and you have T.J. Dillashaw, but Dominic Cruz just came back recently and looked phenomenal. And we know that fight is in the pipeline. How do you see that matchup going? That's obviously your division and stuff that I would think you would pay attention to.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're both great fighters, and I think it's going to be a war.
Yeah, but you probably are siding with T.J. because.
Actually, you know what? That's kind of crazy you say that because I've trained at Alliance,
Okay.
and so I'm cool with Cruz.
Yeah.
I'm at Alpha Male now, and I'm cool with TJ, so it's one of those deals where I've always been in the social arena as far as having a lot of friends and stuff goes. Sometimes friends get in fights, so that's when you just sit back and enjoy the show.
Very nice. Speaking of friends,
Both
what do
on,
you?
I hope it's a great fight,
Oh yeah, no, I think it's going to be a great fight, and it's funny because I work with Dominic a lot at Fox, and really have a lot of respect for him. And we were working together this last fight when TJ was supposed to fight Henan and ended up fighting Joe Soto. And it's interesting because sometimes we'll get those two. We got them together after the fight, and they're on the show together, and they have a lot of mutual respect. But you can also tell that they're both just like, I want to kick your butt. You know what I mean? To silence. People on either side that say this one's really the champ or this one's really the champ. So I think they're going to have an amazing fight when they actually finally do throw down.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be the fight of the year.
Oh yeah, it could be. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But like you said, you've been doing this for a little while, and you left Iowa to go out to Cali. Do you feel like this is the type of thing where you're going to stay? Are you going to officially move to Cali, or is it something that you can kind of learn, and when you're in your off season or between fights that you'll go back home?
Right. Yeah, I'll probably go back home in between fights, but I definitely want to be out here for all my fights, getting prepared as far as camp.
Yeah, and with Iowa, you say you're a kickboxer, but obviously Iowa is known for the wrestling. So how is it that you're not a wrestler?
I'm a wrestler, but I mean, I picked up kickboxing throughout all the years too. So
yeah. So is there anybody in the UFC that you think of when you think of kickboxing? I mean, I know a lot of people like to talk about Cowboy and stuff like that. Is there anybody that you particularly feel, holds that sort of kickboxing element up and is a great example of that kind of a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jose Aldo has a really phenomenal kickboxing for sure.
Yeah. No, he's pretty great, obviously. So how's your hamstring feeling these days? We know that when you're on The Ultimate Fighter, you had to leave the show because of that. How's it feeling these days?
Feels good, 100%. No excuses on this fight. Feel great, and I'm ready to get in there and fire off.
And what exactly did happen to it? It was completely torn away?
Yeah, it was torn off the bone. Pretty much I got a stem cell injection on it, and helped speed up the healing process a little bit, and just rehabbed it after like 4 or 5 months. And they threw me a fight pretty quick after the rehab, but hey, it's the UFC. I'm ready to get in there and bang.
Yeah, you kind of have to be.
Yep.
So when you say no excuses, though, you did have one fight already with Mitch Clark, and it didn't go your way. Were you, maybe you're not the kind of guy that wants to make an excuse, but are you saying in hindsight that maybe you weren't 100% for that fight?
I'm just saying in general, usually with any fight you have coming up, there's always some injuries involved or something holding you back in some way, and it leaves room for excuses, I guess. And I'm just saying on this camp, I feel 100%, and I've been 100% the whole camp. As far as my last fight with Mitch Gagnon goes, it's no excuse.
Mitch Gagnon, what did I say? Mitch Clark, sorry, my bad.
Mitch Gagnon, Mitch Clark, whatever. But they gave me like 3 months to prepare for the fight. In the first month, I actually had a minor re-tear in my hamstring, so I had to sit out for the first month of that training camp. But I mean, I still had a solid couple months to get ready for it, so no excuses. But it was an injury that I had to deal with during the.
When you look at that fight, though, do you see that like there were mistakes you made, or I mean, you went 3 rounds? Is it the type of thing where you just feel like that night he just happened to get the better of you, or is there anything that you made, strategically, any kind of errors that you wish you had, not done?
Yeah, I probably would have eaten a little bit cleaner. I had a couple donuts before my last
Oh
fight.
no, really?
And so I think I'm going to stick to broccoli and carrots on this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, how hard is it for you to make the weight then? Because buck 35,
It's
that's
super easy, to
lean.
be honest with you. I usually just eat whatever I want up
Yeah,
until like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight. Then I start dieting down and stuff.
right.
But I don't know. Just the 2 or 3 weeks of dieting, I was a little hungry and couldn't help myself, but smashed down a couple Krispy Kremes after weigh-ins.
But hot donuts now, when you see that sign, Timmy, when you see that
Oh,
hot donuts now, what are you gonna
I'm hoping
do?
they don't have Krispy Kremes in Brazil.
I don't think they do, but they got ridiculous food down there. They have got
Do
ridiculous food,
they?
and that's the thing is, people have struggled, making weight when they leave the country and stuff. So, how close are you right now to 135?
I'm like 10 pounds over.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
No, it'll be an easy water cut.
Just stay away from the feijoada.
All right.
But their food is so good. I mean, it's just so good. You're gonna have a good time. Are you gonna
What do
stay
you think the
after?
best is?
Wait, what's that?
What kind of food should I get?
Well, they have great fish. I'm trying to think where Uberlândia is. That's a little bit, I believe, inland and stuff. Because I've been there 3 times now. When I was in Fortaleza, it was amazing because they literally had these places where you go and you get the fresh seafood and they would just cook it right there for you. And so that you could eat pretty clean and that kind of thing. Just stay away from the coxinhas because those
Yeah, I
are.
like cookies and donuts and like pastries and that kind of stuff.
They have a lot of pastries, and they have, this bread that's filled with cheese. Fantastic. Probably not great for you on your diet, though. So, yeah, Brazil
Do
is
it
a
after
place.
the fight this time.
Yes, yes, and they love their pizza too. They make really good pizza. So,
I like pizza.
yeah, caipirinhas. Listen, I could go on. I love Brazilian food. It's a beautiful place. Great people, great food. So with the Ultimate Fighter for you, is that something that you look back on and you feel like you got cheated since you didn't get to stay on that, or are you one of those guys that says, everything happens for a reason, and I guess I just wasn't meant to be there?
Yeah, I was bummed out about it, but hey, the whole point of doing the Ultimate Fighter show was to fight in the UFC. I wasn't doing it to be on a TV show. I could have cared less about that. It was about competing in the UFC. That was my dream, and I got my fights in the UFC, so it all ended up working out.
Well, and how did that come around? Because, that's pretty tricky that you were not able to finish the season, but yet, you were still able to get the fight. So how did that happen?
I mean, I'd say I got kind of lucky,
Yeah.
really. I mean, I guess Dana White was just cool enough to uh, give me a couple shots in the UFC
Hmm.
because maybe he thought I put on a good performance to get into the house in the Ultimate Fighter.
Hmm. And you said that
I have no idea, really.
yeah,
I'm
well,
just
and
kind of
they
like,
and they
I don't know how
covered
to
all your
guess.
expenses, right, for the hamstring surgery?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So the one thing about that show is I remember, everybody I'm sure still asks you about it, the famous quote where you say you didn't know who Misha was because you were picked at the end. Did you get a lot of grief for that?
A little bit. I mean, just my friends back home would always kind of make fun of me for it.
And what do they say? Just because they know who Misha is, I mean, did you really not know who she
They
was?
just repeat it back to me and laugh at me.
But like
No, I
for
didn't
real.
know who she was. I mean, I didn't really follow women's MMA that much, and I don't even really follow a lot of the MMA myself. I just kind of focus all my time on training, and
Yeah.
when I'm not training, I'm just out doing whatever. I'm not really like following it a lot, I guess.
Because, usually even the people before the whole Ronda thing, if you asked them, name a girl fighter, like
I knew who
me.
Ronda Rousey was.
Yeah, but I mean, like top five. Like if you said name a girl who fights and name a most people knew Misha. So that line when you said that, everyone was like, "Oh, dude," and it wasn't like it was one of those things where we didn't know if you were just saying that because you were like mad that you got picked last, or if you really legit didn't
Oh
know.
no, I just really didn't know who she was.
Dude, have you made up for it? Have you like watched a couple of her fights now?
Yeah, I saw her fight with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, didn't go her way.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
right. She's a nice girl. She's cool.
Well, yeah, and she's actually trained up at Alpha Male as well. So did you ever train alongside her though? No, probably not.
No, I was only on the show for like a week.
Yeah, but I mean even up at Alpha Male because she's now since gone to Vegas. So I guess
Oh no,
yeah,
Yeah, I've only been out here for like 6 weeks.
yeah. Do you watch any ladies fights now, or are you still not into it?
Yeah, I was actually just watching a rerun of the Women's Ultimate Fighter, like
Oh,
right before I talked to you.
nice, nice. So the new one you mean with the strawweights?
Yeah,
So
I
who do you
believe.
like in that? Who do you think's going all the way?
I only saw like 10 minutes of it before I got on the phone with you.
All right, all right. It's pretty good though. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah. No, those ladies are feisty. They're definitely they're getting after it, like they say.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
So
I think it's good for the sport, definitely.
yeah, well, that's what I was gonna ask because I know some people are still kind of prejudiced against it, or for one reason or another don't think that they want to see
Hey,
women.
everybody loves a good girl fight.
And I think this is what I always tell people that a lot of women, I mean, I've done training on various things here and there, but it's not like I really want to get punched in the face, so I don't.
Yeah. That's why you train hard so you don't get hit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is me fighting. This is me as a
Everybody always
professional.
says that. They're like, "Oh, I can't believe you want to get hit." I'm like, "I don't want to get hit. That's why I'm training so I don't get hit."
Exactly. Exactly. You're a very smart man. But I say to people that, a lot of women, we actually, that's inside a lot of us. You know what I mean? We are that, that aggressive and just as equally hungry to get in there and prove ourselves. So when people don't quite understand it, I say, you'd be surprised at how many women really truly can relate to that more than you think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So lastly, what do you have to do? Anything left you have to do before you hop on the flight to Brazil? And how many of your buddies are going with you? Who's going to corner with you? Anybody from Alpha Male coming to corner you?
Yeah, I have a training partner back in Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
Guy named Matt Cook. He's going to corner me. He's
Yeah.
trained with me for probably 5 years back in Iowa, and feel like he's going to help get the win.
Nice. Now, did you work with Bang at all, or were you working with Martin Campman?
I was working with Martin Campman.
And how'd that go?
Good. I give him a ride to practice every day, and
Yeah.
he'd always kind of give me little pep talks, get me hyped up, and I mean, he's a great coach.
Yeah, yeah, I like Martin a lot now. But is he? Because I know they were kind of trying him out and stuff there. But you felt like he was a good instructor for you?
Oh
like a
yeah,
good.
badass instructor for sure.
Yeah, I mean he knows a lot for sure. Very nice. Very nice. Well, cool. Listen, I'm glad you charged your phone up. Listen, what kind of phone do you even have? What are you using over there?
Droid.
A Droid. Okay. I'm a Samsung girl myself, and I like those. Those are pretty solid. But you need to get yourself like a power battery supercharger thing or whatever.
I'm gonna have to get my phone charged up from now on. I promise.
Yeah, and for sure. And when you get to Brazil, I don't know if you know the thing about the Wi-Fi calling. Have you done the Wi-Fi calling ever?
No, I haven't.
Timmy, when you get there,
I know.
a
I
lot
need to
of
get with the program.
this is what I'm saying because a
You
lot
guys
of
need
time,
to help me out.
yeah, you travel internationally, and if you have like a roaming plan, and if people are texting you and doing all this stuff and calling you, yo Timmy, can you hang out? You're like, no, I'm in Brazil. If you get the Wi-Fi calling, now granted it'll only work if you're near the hotel and you have Wi-Fi, but you can call basically over the internet, and so it won't go on your data plan. It just goes. I mean, it won't cost you an extra roaming charge and stuff. It's just like a internet access. So you can call from all over the world on the Wi-Fi calling. Look into it.
I will definitely do that.
Last time I was in Sweden and Brazil and stuff, I'm calling. It's great. And you have the WhatsApp. Do you get on? Are you on WhatsApp?
The WhatsApp?
Dude. Yeah.
What's the WhatsApp?
It's a texting app, but the cool thing about WhatsApp is you can also send voice messages. So that way you can it's almost like a walkie-talkie if you want to. So I talk to my friends in Brazil all the time with that, and you can write. It's like international texting, and again, it just goes like over the internet. It's not like a data plan thing. But you can also there's a little button where you can send a voice message. So you could basically have voice message back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's not like some big roaming fee.
All right, cool.
I'm here to help, Timmy.
Hey, thank you very much.
Listen, awesome. I hope you have a great fight. I believe you are on the Fox Sports 1 prelims, right?
Yep.
And I will be at the desk on Fox Sports 1. I'll be working with Daniel Cormier and Phil Davis. We'll be calling all your guys' stuff from the studio in LA. So I'm really looking forward to it. hope you have a great fight and safe travels down there and everything. I wish you the best
You
of luck.
rooting for me?
What? Yeah, I have to stay neutral.
Oh, all right.
I have to stay neutral. I'm a professional with no opinion on the fights. Yeah, that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But listen, it's great catching up with you, and really, have a good time down there. Hope you have really, I guess, most importantly, just go out there and have fun, right?
Heck yeah.
Awesome. All right, Timmy. Well, safe travels to you, and I'll see you next Saturday on the air.
All right. See you later.
Bye.